Like TeddyGrey on stuff, Whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Okay, Outcast gang, what is good? We are back in the building. I might have lost a lot of you sort of waiting for me to go back to NF stuff. For a period I wasn't in a great headspace, so I didn't feel like I could take his messages on without getting sort of over emotional and worked up about it. It was beginning to happen a lot with Nate's music, so I've stayed away from that. Also for that reason I stayed away from the Ren stuff as well, because it's all very like introspective and I'm an empath, so if I'm getting into that headspace with them, I need to know that I'm okay first, because otherwise I'm going to end up just breaking down on camera. It's not fun for me to watch back, and although it's nice for you guys to see emotion, I don't want that to be something that I'm leaving out there on camera. You know, I'd rather go through that myself. So I have done. I'm in a much better headspace now. So without further ado, let's try and get back into the NF stuff, and the Ren stuff will be coming. And then soon after that, we've got 21 Pilots too. If you're a fan of unblocked reactions, or you're a fan of just making somebody smile, then please head over to the Patreon. Consider subscribing there. You don't have to though, it's completely your decision. Without further ado, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for being here. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. I didn't even disrespect you. Oh, this is gonna be one of them ones.
Yeah, sometimes I wanna disappear like I just don't exist.
Just in
Find a
case.
time machine to take me back when I was 6. Maybe younger, either way, I guess the point of it would be to tell that little kid that he's gonna take a lot of hits. Yeah, I'll probably grab your hand and tell you life is hard. If you got questions or you need advice, and talk to God, cause he's the only one that listens, even when you think he isn't. Even good people are great at making bad decisions. They ain't gonna take us serious.
Okay, I'd missed this about like finding Nate's songs for the first time. I've been doing a lot of listening to the Hope album. I know every word to at least 4 or 5 songs off that record, so I can tell you I'm a fan. But he has this ability to, I don't know, especially in like the meme culture. There's always like these tiny little one-line quotes that get passed around, and everybody knows them, but nobody really knows where they came from. Nate's just so good at doing that. Even good people are great at making bad decisions. That's fire. So he's talking to the younger Nate, you know. Mad. Like in this life, you're gonna take a lot of hits. So that's maybe talking to a boy who was so scared. And again, I can empathize myself of just being so scared to go out there and do things that you end up not doing anything. So that's him telling his younger self, you need to put yourself out there, because you're going to take a lot of these hits. So you need to either start getting used to it or becoming more resilient. Something needs to happen. Fine.
And tell you life is hard. If you got questions or you need advice, and talk to God, cause he's the only one that listens, even when you think he isn't. Even good people are great at making bad decisions. Yeah, they ain't gonna take us serious. You find out pretty quick that life is more than just appearances. I know some things we could avoid to save embarrassment, but everything that breaks you down can also build your character. Cause people love to see you fail, just be aware of it. Don't let nobody tell you who to be or write your narrative. Look, we're all products of the things that we experience, but there's a big difference between confidence
and arrogance, experience. Oh, the narrative, experience. Like it's a similar thing that I've seen rhyme breakdowns of Eminem's writing, like stretching the syllables or bending them slightly in a way that you wouldn't say if you were conversing. However, in a track you can sort of bend them and mix them around a little bit. Like narrative does not rhyme with experience, but he makes it work. Oh God, and especially since he's enveloping like 3 or 4 syllables in that word. Experience, narrative, like, but because he stretches that, experience is 4 syllables, narrative only being 3, but because he stretches it, it seems like 4. People love to see you fail, just be aware of it. Don't let nobody tell you to be or write your narrative. It's all just like da 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 da.
see you fail. Just be aware of it. Don't let nobody tell you who to be and write your narrative. Look, we're all products of the things that we experience, but there's a big difference between confidence and arrogance. You hearing this out? Know that you don't get it now, but you gon' get it later. I know you feel like you're alone and no one loves you maybe, and you gon' cover insecurities with lots of anger. The weird thing is someday all of this will make you famous. You start to write about your life and while they're all relate.
See, and then he does stuff like that, which kind of annoys me because I know what he's capable of. You get it later, and he tried to brand that with maybe, but it didn't work. And then the anger, which anger, later, like that kind of works, but then famous, like later, famous, anger, maybe. But there's some things in there that don't rhyme. He still swags it off and plays it, but when he's capable of doing things like he did in this, aware of it, narrative, experience, like when he's capable of doing things like that, and then in the very next 4-bar scheme, there's one that doesn't rhyme. Like that's the only thing that I don't get Nate for. I don't get it.
Be aware of it.
He's
Don't
so
let
capable.
nobody tell you who to be and write your narrative.
But this is
Look,
back in the
we're all
day,
products
so
of the things that we experience, but there's a big difference between confidence and arrogance. You hearing this out? Know that you don't get it now, but you gon' get it later. I know you feel like you're alone and no one loves you maybe, and you gon' cover insecurities with lots of anger. The weird thing is someday all of this will make you famous. You start to write about your life, and while they're all relating, you'll make up a slogan, call it real, but feel like you're the fakest. Wish I could tell you that your future's nothing but amazing. That's just not the case, and I guess I just don't know how to say this. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just want you to know you gon' make a lot of mistakes, and they gon' laugh in our face. That's part of life, that's just the way that it goes. That's just the way that it goes. And I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just need you to get it. I know you've been questioning life, trust me, I know what it's like. I'm here for you if you need someone to listen. If you need someone to listen. See, mom and dad are not together, they took different routes, which you probably already knew. You're getting older now. Remember back when mom picked us up from grandma's house, and she hid her boyfriend in the trunk and drove a couple miles down the street, and then she pulled over to let him out, cause she didn't want dad to know she had these type of dudes around, cause last time he found out he had to take us from her. You look uncomfortable, I'm sorry, let me change the subject. You know how we've always struggled.
Whoa! So his mum was obviously a pillhead, and the guy that she has in the car, it's not like she's cheating on the dad or anything, it's just that she's getting drugs from this guy, so that's crazy. And the last time their dad caught them doing something like that, caught her doing something like that rather, he had to take them away from her. That's crazy. Mad.
Let him out, cause she didn't want dad to know she had these type of dudes around, cause last time he found out he had to take us from her. You look uncomfortable, I'm sorry, let me change the subject. You know how we've always struggled with abandonment? Yeah. And when we feel like someone's leaving, we start panicking. Yeah. Yo, I wish that I could say I've learned to manage it. You think it's bad now, but you don't know the half of it. Passion is something we have never lacked. We see it the most when we're writing raps. They think it's funny now, let them laugh. I know you think it's just an outlet when you're really mad, but you don't know the platform you're about to have. I know some things about the future you ain't ready for.
Whoa! And then he's telling you with there the same thing that he said in tracks like Notepad and in Intro, like this writing is his therapy, you know? I'm pretty sure he said in therapy sessions too, but this writing is his therapy, and it's not just an outlet when he's really mad, it's something that he can focus on. Like he said, the passion's something that he's never lacked in. Like the passion that he has for things all around him. Sometimes, you know, as men, and I'm sure as women too, to some degree, sometimes, that passion turns to anger very, very quickly. And it can be very, very difficult to discern which is, you know, the bad type of anger and which type of anger is going to be useful to you, you know? And he's just saying that you're going to get a platform because of that, so you need to know how to control it. God damn.
Something we have never lacked. We see it the most when we're writing raps. They think it's funny now, let them laugh. I know know you think it's just an outlet when you're really mad, but you don't know the platform you're about to have. I know some things about the future you ain't ready for. I know some things that you gon' cover up but can't ignore. And what hurts is they gon' surface at the worst moments. And we gon' act like it don't hurt us, but it hurts, don't it? We walk around with the devil talking on both shoulders. Wish I could tell you that he disappears when we get older, but that's just not the case. And I know you feel out of place and everything is not okay, and life can be a lot to take. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just want you to know you gon' make a lot of mistakes and they gon' laugh in our face. That's part of life, that's just the way that it goes. That's just the way that it goes. And I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can, I just need you to get it. I know you've been questioning life, trust me, I know what it's like. I'm here for you if you need someone to listen. If you need someone to listen. You know how intoxicated people make us nervous, to the point sometimes we shake and it feels so disturbing. Don't be scared, that's just trauma trying to reach the surface and tell us everyone we love is gonna try to hurt us, which isn't true, but it's a lie that both of us believe in. Yeah, you might get a glimpse of happiness from your achievements, but what you'll learn as you get older, every time you reach one, is you'll just make another goal that doesn't lead to freedom. See, some things about to happen that you can't imagine. At 24,
Holy shit. 24, you drop an album and you call it Mansion. Okay, so now he's talking about recent history, like a history that he can remember very vividly. That's crazy. But it's crazy how I said you'll just make another goal that doesn't lead to freedom. Like, I've read about this so much, like in older novels, like people not becoming fulfilled in life because their purpose in life becomes finding happiness. And when you're constantly trying to find happiness and you're putting so much weight on that happiness, you never actually achieve it. It's called antifragility. That's the mindset that you need to be able to bestow upon yourself in order to change that. Antifragility. Because you have to understand that life is uncomfortable. Like you literally only live to die. So the thought that you would be comfortable in between life and then forever death, the fact that you think that you should be comfortable every day or happy all of the time is weird, you know. So that's kind of what he's teaching to his younger self, if he could, you know. So he's talking to his younger fans.
yeah, you might get a glimpse of happiness from your achievements, but what you'll learn as you get older, every time you reach one, is you'll just make another goal that doesn't lead to freedom. See, some things about to happen that you can't imagine. At 24, you'll drop an album and you call it Mansion. At 25, you'll put out therapy and gain some traction. Skip the track number 4, now that's a really sad one. Yeah, perception's coming next, we about to reach the masses. It sounds awesome, at the same time, it doesn't matter. At 27, we'll make millions, but it's really sad, cause you learn to realize that none of this will make you happy. I wish that I could look at you with empathy. Sometimes I feel like I've become what you were scared to be, which makes it really hard to look at you with sympathy, cause if I'm feeling bad for you, then I have to feel bad for me. And that's just something I feel like we don't deserve. That's why I'm always looking down on you, I know it hurts. I'm sure you have a lot of questions I've been trying to search to find us both some answers. I'll be here for you if things get worse.
Don't tell me that's the end of it. Oh man, come on. Come on, man. No. So annoying. The only thing that, like going back through some of the songs that I did listen to, because as I say, when my mental space wasn't, you know, in a great place, I did listen to a lot of NF, and it helped me to a certain degree, because it helped me get into that mind state and feel what I had to feel, you know? Sometimes if you need to feel sad, you need to feel sad. And I'm somebody who feels through music, so his music made me empathize, and then that in turn made me think of things that I had to sort within my own head. But as I was progressing, and I was starting to work out more, starting to eat right, starting to smoke less, these things have been happening very rapid. And my mind state started to change very rapidly, so the things that I wanted to hear had to change. Because unfortunately with a lot of NF's older music, yes, it's very introspective, but there's almost no hope. Which is ironic, considering that his new album is Hope. But in his old stuff there was no hope, there was no end message. It was just life shit, and then what? You're meant to just deal with it. And then, even then, people will say, oh no, you're supposed to search for the answer. And then he made search, and then we still never got the answer. So what, you're just forever searching? That's obviously not what he believes, because he has hope now. But that might have been what he believed back then. But for me personally, it's just not a message that I can get behind. You know, the hope message, that whole record is full of messages that I can completely get behind. But for this sort of stuff, I completely empathise with his position and where he was. But it's very clear to me that he's not that guy anymore. So I feel much better after listening to the Hope album a lot and memorising the lyrics and going through it with him, seeing where his head's at now. I feel like I can finally critique Nate with what it deserves, which is for somebody to look back on it, knowing who he is now, you know? I'm not looking at this with the lens of, oh, he was depressed back then. I'm looking at this as, where is he now? And this is where he's come from. This is the derivation of all of that hope. It's been your boy, TeddyGrey on stuff. I've been talking for a minute now, so I do apologise. But if you're watching this on the live premiere, thank you very much. There'll be a lot of you that have been waiting for the NF stuff, so I hope that you feel satisfied. I hope that your bellies are full, but there will be more NF coming soon. I do still have a lot on the watch later, but because I'm guessing, a lot of the subscribers that I did have that were here for Nate, the algorithm may have lost them now. So it's up to you guys. What do you want next? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll be back here soon to do it. TeddyGrey stuff.